I'm not going to say that everyone needs a financial advisor. I do believe that the industry has gotten to where there's a lot of tools for people to be able to do things on their own and save. I mean, the number one reason to do it on your own is you could save some costs. Like the typical advisor or wealth management relationship costs about 1% a year on average. And if you do it on your own, you can do it for almost zero nowadays. So that being said, that can become appealing. The issue that I would have is if you have a good planning relationship, there can be great monitoring, accountability, and advice. And I don't think that everybody needs it, but I have noticed that people that do their own investments may have more blind spots than they realize, in multiple areas. And it might be around Social Security and Medicare. It might be around taxes. It might be, hey, they're going to take a withdrawal and they do it in the way that is the most tax inefficient way. Or they may end up making poor investment decisions because they're doing it on their own, and maybe they feel emboldened at a particular moment and they end up taking a lot of risk, or not nearly enough risk, and sometimes people end up sitting on cash for a long time if they're doing it on their own, or they get concentrated in a stock position, or they end up getting heavily weighted. I've seen it happen where somebody has a retirement account and they might have 5 or 6 funds that are ultimately the same thing, and or a handful of stocks that are ultimately in the same industry. So there ends up being, whether it's from the investment, the planning, the monitoring, that people tend to pick up biases and blind spots over time. And by working with an advisor, there's at least somebody there to be another pair of eyes. But I do think it's important that you work with somebody who understands your goals, who's helping to make a difference and add value in your life, and is providing services for that fee or that 1% or less per year.